Welcome back. You're listening to Aging with Power on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm your host, Myles McNamara, and if you're just joining us, shame on you for being late, but you're missing a great show because we are talking to Miss Rochelle Dardeau of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center, our executive director over there. We're talking about the home delivered meals program and how important that is, and sometimes that's the only human contact that some of our homebound seniors have. The qualification is to be on the program. It could be temporary if you're suffering from a temporary injury or recovering from something. But Rochelle, again, thanks for being here.
Sure.
And we talked about the volunteer drivers. We talked about, the importance of the program. What if someone wanted to get involved in that program or just generally at the senior center?
Mm-hmm. That would be terrific. We would love to have them. We would love to have them. It's funny. I hear people say, I want to do the home delivered meal program. I love it. This is great. It's more than I ever thought it would be. There are so many ways you can get involved at the senior center. Specifically with that program with home delivered meals, there's anything from early in the morning to helping us pack the meals. We have to pack almost 300 meals every day before we ship them out in our Nissan Cubes. But to help us pack those meals, that would be a couple of hours volunteering. You could do it once a day. Once a week. You could do it every day, whatever. Or then you can pick up a route. And we go through, with our drivers, we go through a training program, and they shadow other drivers. They go on routes, and you're well trained and you're well prepared for what you're going to do for the seniors that you'll meet and for the right questions to ask with, how are you doing? And mostly you hear the answer, fine, and then you follow up with, what did you eat yesterday? And then you start. We teach our drivers what to ask to make sure that we get the right answers from our seniors so we can understand how they're doing. But it's a great program to be involved with. We have volunteers who have been doing it for years. 20 years, some of them. And they just love it. And then we have new volunteers who said, gosh, I should have done this years before. So it's really a great program. But there are many, many ways people can get involved at the senior center. There are all sorts of things that you can volunteer time. Some takes an hour a week. Some it's more involved, So if anybody wants to get involved with the senior center, it's a great volunteer opportunity. Yeah,
because the daily congregate meals over there is an awesome energy-filled
program
every day.
Especially Wednesdays, right, where we have a live band and all this dancing going on. That is such a great place to be.
Well, and a lot of times people misinterpret. The senior center has the supportive services, and you're helping the homebound seniors, but there's such an active vein of the senior, if you will, as far as, the pool room and the, everything that's going on over there. I know with Comfort Keepers, a lot of times we'll try to get our clients to go to the senior center. That's just for old people.
Right.
Just give us a half hour of your time.
Right.
And then we get them over there at the right time, and just the energy and the activities. It's awesome.
That's right.
And they walk in and they go, I had no idea.
That's it. I hear that a lot. We had no idea it was like this. And, there are many classes I would very much like to take. Unfortunately, I have to work. But, French class, I would love to take the French class that's going on there, or the computer classes, or the Zumba classes, or the yoga, or the Tai Chi, or any number of those kinds of things that are going on, the painting classes. And it's a great place to be.
Yeah. Well, let's shift gears for a second and talk about the biggest event of the Valley a lot of times. It's the funnest. I know it's the biggest fundraiser for our senior center. Let's talk about the annual Celebrity Waiter Dinner.
Yes.
I know you said you're not on this committee as involved this year, but tell our listeners what the Celebrity Waiter Dinner, the history, the benefits, exactly what it is.
Sure. For many, many years, I don't even know how long it's been because it's long before I was involved with it. We've been doing the Celebrity Waiter, and our celebrity waiters are local celebrities, people that people that you see in the magazine of Santa Clarita, or that you see in the newspaper, or that you hear in the radio. Those are our local celebrities, and they are. And I use the word waiter very loosely. They are waiters for our guests, and our guests are there to have a great time. This year, the theme is an evening of fun and games, so that opens up all sorts of possibilities. And our sponsors or our ticket holders will pick a theme, and they will dress accordingly, decorate the table accordingly.
Because it is a costume ball, so to speak.
It is, and you've been there. Such elaborate costumes. And some are just a T-shirt and jeans. It just depends on what the theme is, and it's a great time. It's a party. It's such a wonderful event.
But the biggest thing to let folks know is there are sponsorships available.
Yes, there are.
To get a table, to support the senior center, to purchase a sponsorship. How do they do that?
Well, they can call us. They can call the senior center, and that's 661-259-9444, and we will get them to the right people for whatever level of sponsorship they want, or if they want one or more tickets, individual tickets, that's fine. We'll make that happen for them.
And is there a website they can go to as well?
There is. I believe it is Celebrity Waiter Dinner. I'm not really sure, actually. But there is a website.
Okay, but the best thing is just to call you guys at the senior center.
Absolutely.
And again, they're always looking for volunteers for that as well. So
that's true.
Again, there's so many ways to get involved over the senior center. I'm proud to say that Comfort Keepers in Home Care is your title sponsor this year.
That's right.
I have no idea what our theme's going to be yet. You asked me before the show, and I gave you that blank stare. I'm like,
something that's going to be fun or games, right?
I have no idea. But it supports all different programs at the senior center, correct?
It does. The money goes to our general fund to support the many programs that we run. The home delivered meal program is one of our most popular, but it is also one of our most funded. So we have other programs. Our social service programs need additional funding. Our adult day program is one that we need funding for people who have dementia or other memory impairing diseases or illnesses, that they can come and be engaged in their community and be in a safe place and feel normal.
And as long as that's been there, Rochelle, that seems to be the best kept secret in the Valley, that you guys actually have an adult daycare over there.
A licensed adult daycare. That's exactly right. And we do specialize in dementia care.
Right. Well, again, folks, the number of the Senior Center is 661-259-9444. We're going to circle back with Rochelle at the end of the show with additional closing comments and contact information, but we're going to take our next break, and we're going to shift gears a little bit. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Daniel Segal and Jeff Albert of Total Senior, a company that helps you find either board and cares or assisted livings when it's time to place a loved one out of the home and someplace where they need a little additional care. So don't go away. You're listening to Aging with Power on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Welcome back, folks. You're listening to Aging with Power on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm still your host, Myles McNamara, and we just finished up a great segment with Rochelle Dardeau from our Senior Center, but now we are shifting to a company that helps families when it's time to find placement opportunities for a loved one, be it a board and care, be it an assisted living facility. We'll drill down a little bit on that. But joining me is Daniel Segal, the owner of Total Senior, and Jeff Albert, a senior living advisor. Again, Daniel, Jeff, welcome to Aging with Power.
Good morning. Good day. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. It's always nice to be had once in a while, isn't it? But I'll bump. But anyway, Total Senior. Talk to us like we don't know what the devil that is. I mean, what is placement? What is the Total Senior assists their family? Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about Daniel and Jeff. I'm sorry. Who are you? Where are you? Where'd you come from? How'd you get where you are today?
Well, I'm Daniel, and I started Total Senior almost 3 years ago now. I had the incredible childhood of growing up around boarding care. My family was operating a few small residential senior care homes, and I was the first activity coordinator around the age of 11, playing dominoes and rummy cube, and I had my fair share of stories and opportunities to really understand what aging is all about, and really gained an incredible appreciation for cognitive disabilities and illnesses, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. Really understood what intimate care and personalized care is all about, and how tremendous of a need there really is out there for it. So it wasn't until a little later in life that I finally discovered my passion to make a difference in that, and a few years ago we started Total Senior. Jeff is a local Santa Clarita hometown hero, as I like to refer to him, because he's my Santa Clarita hometown hero. But I had the pleasure of meeting him a short while back. Really just a gentleman with his heart in the right place, compassionate, and coming from the business world and wanting to take a stance for himself and for his community and make a difference and being a little bit more compassionate industry. And so we were able to put together a deal, and here he is representing Total Senior and the senior community in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Well, I know the goal of Comfort Keepers is to keep people in the home. Well, at some point that may not be possible any longer. So a lot of times families don't know what they don't know. A lot of times when they're discharged from the hospital and the doctor says they need home care, they're like, Well, it's the same thing when now they no longer can stay in the home and they're told they need a board and care or an assisted living or some sort of a placement opportunity for their loved one, and they have no idea what that is. Again, if it's a world you're not involved in, it's a world you're not aware of. So why don't we back up a little bit and explain to our listeners, assisted living, I think, is more prevalent, but we'll get to that. What is a board and care? When someone says, you may need to be placed in a board and care versus an assisted living, tell us the difference. Kind of drill down for us on that, if you would.
Sure. Well, a board and care is essentially an assisted living facility. They carry the exact same license as your large assisted living facility these well-known chains and large operators, nationally recognized, but they're in a residential home. And so the essential difference is that they don't have to change the zoning to commercial zoning. So they're allowed to have at least or up to 6 beds, 6 residents. The caregivers are there to take care of them. There's typically a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 staff to resident ratio. They help the seniors that are living there with their activities of daily living, which include bathing, getting dressed, eating, walking, transferring, using the bathroom, and so on. They incorporate activities and socialization as much as possible in their lives. But one thing about boarding care is typically it's for the individual that really requires a higher, more intimate and personalized level of care. Home care, as you know, is one of the most incredible options. There's nothing like aging in place and in the comfort of your own home. So we would always love to accommodate them with that opportunity. But if finances are a larger part of the equation and it's unaffordable, boarding cares are a great solution where you can split the cost of caregivers with a few other residents and lower the overall exposure to the finance and the economics of being cared for and being safe.
And it's basically a home. So it's got all the feelings of a home rather than a larger assisted living facility, but it's basically a home that's been converted into rooms for our seniors.
Absolutely. It's exactly that. It's a home. Right. And the beautiful thing is when you come to visit your mom or dad, it feels like home. You're visiting them in their new home. And it's a combination of shared rooms, private rooms. They have common areas, a living room, dining room. Some homes are larger than others. Some are more luxurious than others. But there's a place for everyone. And our goal is to find the right place for each senior that's out there.
Now, and then stepping up into the larger world, assisted living facilities, which I think more people are more familiar with. A lot of people refer to them as cruise ships on land, what have you. Kind of give us an overall, your perspective of an assisted living facility.
Boy, talking about quality of life. I'm not there yet, but I can't wait, to be honest with you. They've got activities galore. I mean, bingo is the prototypical activity that everyone thinks of with assisted living with seniors. That's doesn't even scratch the surface. That doesn't even start the activity calendar. I don't think it's even on activity calendars anymore these days. I mean, they've evolved to poker games and blackjack games and casino nights. They have yoga and Pilates and Tai Chi and meditation classes. They have arts and crafts and painting, and they're going on outings and to the theater and to the opera and to the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. I'm sure they're going as well.
Yeah.
But it's just an exciting lifestyle. It's really about quality of life. You can get the care that you need, and you have that safety net in case you need a little bit here and there. But really, it's about quality of life. It's about having the opportunity to socialize and not be alone and make more friends. It's never too late to make more friends. You have restaurant-style dining, so it's nice to have your food catered to you, and you pick what you want every day, and specials, and you have set menus. There's snacks. There's a bistro. I mean, there's so much going on. Why live at home?
Right. And so basically those are the two differences, as you just outlined. Board and care, you need a little bit more acute, hands-on care, whereas an assisted living is more like that cruise ship on land, and it's socialization, it's activities, it's outings, it's that type of, environment that our seniors, once they, again, tour the facility, they're like, wow, we had no idea, just kind of like what we were talking about early. But we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, I'd like you guys, Jeff, you out here, and Daniel, I know you're in the San Fernando Valley. You basically vet these places for families so that they don't have to do all the groundwork themselves. So when we come back, I'd like to go over a little bit about what do you look for in a facility, either board and care or an assisted living. So a family comes to you, they're wide-eyed and just that look on their face. How do you bring them around and how do you vet these places for them? So that's what we're going to talk about when we get back. We're taking our next to last break, folks, so don't go away. You're listening to Aging with Power on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.